James Charles posted a new makeup look on social media, but people are saying it's fake. Before I get into the tea, I just want to put out a disclaimer. Please do not send any hate to James Charles or anyone else mentioned in this story. This video is simply meant to report on the news and give some insight on the situation. Now let's get into the tea. On November 24th, James Charles posted a makeup look to his Instagram account. The eye look had some of the colors from the monogrammed Louis Vuitton bags and had the Louis Vuitton logo over top. The caption read, "With a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. I turned the Instagram filter into a makeup look. What do you think?" The look is based on popular user-made Instagram filters with the LV logo. Many fans and influencers liked the look and left positive comments. However, some people wanted to know what he used to create the logos. How does this look so perfect? OMG! Did you use a stencil for this? And others said the logos were photoshopped on. No, you didn't. You copied and pasted it from a website and overlaid it into your eyelid. Good photo, sister shop. Baby, I love you so much, but the logos in LV is photoshopped to the eyes. It don't need a pro photo editor to see that the LV at 2D on a 3D curved eye. We expect reality. A Reddit user posted a photo showing how the logos could have been edited on. Some people said the editing was obvious. All you need to do is look at his right eye and how the logos don't mold to the contours of his eye to see it's photoshopped. Someone needs to show him the warp tool. Like, if you're going to photoshop it, at least do it right. Sincerely, disgruntled graphics designer. One person said he doesn't have talent. Imagine building an entire career and having your own palette with a well-known brand and still need to touch up every single photo. If anything, this just shows that he doesn't have the talent to even put stickers down and blend over the stickers and then peel them off to show the logo underneath. Others said his editing was deceiving. It's not so much changing the makeup, it's lying about a skill you don't have, especially if you're an influencer or a working makeup artist. It's deceiving. I totally agree. A real makeup artist has the skill and patience to spend time building a color up and perfecting a look, rather than just photoshopping the color brighter and the lines sharper. I think it's also good to acknowledge that even the best makeup artist in the world wouldn't be able to make the makeup look as perfect as Facetune does. It's just an impossible standard. A few people pointed out how editing software can mess with your self-perception. I was watching a movie the other day and there's a shadow under the girl's eyes, and it took me 15 minutes to realize that's natural. In my head, I kept thinking she looked so tired and worn down, but I'm so used to seeing Instagram and YouTube makeup that my view is warped, and I'm in my 30s. I can't imagine what it's like to be young and seeing perfection all the time. My gripe with Facetune is how it creates unrealistic expectations, especially for vulnerable people, especially young kids. I don't want my kid growing up thinking she's ugly or something is wrong with her because she doesn't look flawless like influencers. She's already expressed she has friends who feel this way, and it makes me sad. And some people said it would have been fine if he had been upfront about the editing. I'd be cool with it if he was transparent that he added it in. It's still a cool sort of blended digital art and traditional makeup effect that would be fine if he was upfront. He just lies about it. Several people pointed to James's video on Facetune from March 2017 where he said editing your photos was okay as long as it wasn't fundamentally changing the makeup.
As an artist, I like to look at my Instagram as kind of my portfolio, so therefore I want to put out the best work possible for all of you guys to see. When I do edit my photos, I always change things that are already there. You will never ever see me actually editing on makeup.
The next day, James posted the same eye look on his Twitter account. Forgot to post this here from yesterday. LV logos are edited on. Some fans said James admitted the logos were edited on in his Instagram and Snapchat stories before making his Instagram post. One person tweeted, "LMAO, what about that video of you saying before I added the logos?" James replied, "Yes. As in, here is what the makeup look that I created looks like on my face before I added the logos." However, some people said James was liking comments complimenting the logos before he made his Twitter post. And one person said James didn't want people to think he used Photoshop. He probably would have passed it off as his own work had he not had so many people commenting/asking. On December 17th, James tweeted a video from his Instagram story that showed him filming a recreated version of the LV makeup look. The video was captioned, "Lesson learned. Don't be lazy and Photoshop your makeup when you're fully capable of doing the look." That seems to be the end of the situation for now. So, what's the big issue? Facetune's impact on the beauty industry. I've already talked about Facetune's impact on self-esteem and body image in a previous video, but it's also important to discuss how Facetune can influence the makeup industry professionally. There aren't a lot of resources on this issue. However, there are several discussions online about makeup artists using Facetune and editing on their professional work. One Reddit user posted a few photos from a local professional makeup artist that appeared to be blurred in Photoshop or Facetune to hide imperfections. The user wrote, "Personally, I see it as borderline deceptive because maybe not everyone is familiar with Facetune, Photoshop, etc. And I think if you are professional that you should be proud of and show your work how it really is." One commenter said it was risky for professional makeup artists to edit their photos. Makeup artists who do this kind of thing are playing with fire. Most people familiar with digital media nowadays will be able to recognize this kind of obvious editing when they see it, and will probably avoid any makeup artist who uses it this extensively. But just because it's able to fool a few naive or unobservant people doesn't mean they're in the clear. There are no blur filters in real life, and when your clients are people who actually take those pictures at face value, it sets up a false expectation that's going to blow up in your face sooner or later and damage your reputation. Another person pointed out how many potential clients wouldn't know about editing software. I think this is dishonest because lots of people look to hire makeup artists because they don't know much about makeup themselves and need to wear it for an event. Those people may truly have no idea what's going on here, even though it's obvious to us. They may think makeup can really make your eyes look bigger like that without realizing that you need an eye lift to counteract eyes that hooded. It's deceptive to at least a certain portion of potential customers. And it's not just potential clients who could feel duped. Makeup lovers who want to improve their technique can feel misled. A different Reddit user shared a post from a makeup artist showing the difference between an unedited photo and a Facetune photo. Several makeup enthusiasts said they were shocked. Turns out I can actually put makeup on my face. It's the Facetune part that's missing. I had no idea how much Facetune really does. And here I am, a 27-year-old, buying tons of serums and resurfacing agents to make my skin look porcelain. This made me just appreciate my skin a lot more. I don't put makeup on anymore because it never looks smooth and airbrushed on. And I feel quite stupid that they just blur their skin and make it seem flawless. Wow, this is honestly eye-opening. So it's easy to see how Facetune can negatively influence the makeup industry, both for makeup artists and makeup lovers. Editing photos isn't a new technique. Almost any professional photo has some degree of editing. While most people don't seem to have an issue with brightening or color correcting most professional photos, it can get tricky when it comes to photos of makeup. Some people think editing makeup photos can be deceiving because even playing with the saturation on the colors can be seen as distorting the makeup artist's work. In James's case, the big issue lies with the logos being edited on. As long as he disclosed the editing he did, it doesn't seem to be a problem. It can be a really interesting mix of digital and traditional art. However, it's easy to understand why people were upset that until the Twitter post, James only mentioned the editing on Snapchat and Instagram stories, which are deleted after 24 hours. While he may not have been trying to mislead his audience, it's probably a good idea to disclose the editing on his Instagram post, especially since he considers that to be his portfolio for his artwork. What do you think about this story? Do you edit your photos? Let me know in the comments below.